After celebrating a job well done the night before with food, drinks, and a live band on the beach, Team Hurricane has a short commute back to the marina for the long-anticipated unloading day.
Hey, good morning from South Lake Tahoe. Team Hurricane arrived yesterday with the big Sunseeker, got in right at the end of the day. Kind of a carnival-like atmosphere here with everybody taking pictures. Anyway, today is unloading day, and we're excited. The travel lift's about ready to fire up, drive over us, and unload the boat, and then Team Hurricane's off to the next adventure. So, hey, thanks for coming along with us.
Ron and his team are hard at work grabbing the lifting straps from the travel lift and getting them positioned under the boat for unloading. Normally, this would be something the marina employees would do, but they're not at work yet.
You guys have a good dinner?
We did.
Where'd you go?
Rojos.
Okay. They have to block it, so we're just going to lift it straight.
Glad you remember. Then there was a little concert down on the beach.
Oh, yeah.
We checked that out.
You need.
I have a friend of mine from college that lives about 45 minutes from here, and we actually met up for the first time in 30 years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So you came out here a couple months ago, was it?
I went to San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah.
Smaller boat?
Yeah, actually went to Hawaii. So we brought it to San Diego and I transferred it to a smaller trailer. It was
So if you look ship to ship.
oh, what was it? I don't know. 37 chaparral open bow or something like that.
Okay.
That ship can go up to
Certainly nothing special that should have been bought in Ohio and sent to Hawaii.
Morning.
Walmart versus
Carson City.
yeah.
What do you need Walmart for?
I was gonna get a tank top.
Tank top. Well, they got tons of fucking shops now.
Yeah, I know.
They got 100 fucking.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Tank tops. There's 100 stores in town that have tank tops.
Right. Okay.
Say like tall one.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, there we go. Hello. What's up?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, yeah.
How was your night?
Good. There was a little festival downtown or at the beach, free concert.
Oh yeah, Thursday night, right?
Yeah.
Here, right here by the beach, right across from where.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So a friend of mine that I went to college with lives here about, I don't know, 45 minutes from here in Nevada, and he was here because he's friends with the guys in the band. So I ran into, so we got
Bumped
together.
into him accidentally?
No,
you
I told him we were coming, but you know, he's like, hey, I'm going to be there. So anyway, after 30 years, I haven't seen him.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Is that the one just like on the lake where you see
Yeah,
the lake?
yeah, where they close the street.
Little beer garden?
Yeah.
Watch yourself. Sorry.
Ron immediately garners Ian's respect. You don't often see a vice president busting it and sweating with his team.
Pops?
Yeah, it's a good time. It was fun.
Good. What kind of mountain? What kind of music?
How would you describe it?
Like a R&B type of.
Yeah, it was
different.
It was mellow.
Okay, sometimes they have like the younger kid shit.
It was,
yeah.
but they still did like they had the B12 organ in the background, you know,
Oh, cool.
like some southern rock stuff. It was,
very cool.
they had a saxophone guy on, you know, with them.
Oh,
So
very cool. Do you remember the name of the band?
I can tell you. I sent you guys a text, right? That's
Yeah.
Lance Laswell and the Vibe.
Never heard of it.
I know. Neither we till 2 days ago, but it was awesome.
It's getting close to 8 a.m. Still no sign of the marina people?
You guys get a drink at the bar inside?
Oh, we went hot tub last night.
Oh, did you? Just the two of you in the hot tub. That was pretty romantic.
No, there was some big old fat guy come out there. Or not really, I shouldn't say that. He wasn't that big. He's just some old guy, but he just kept talking. I'm like, God damn. But the hot tub was really nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Night 4. You don't bite. You're a good boy. Gordy. Hey, Gordy. You can chew on me. You can chew on me.
He's coming down. Yesterday he got into some Mountain Dew, so he was pretty wired up last night.
Tony jumps in to help Ron. Jeremy and Court get the straps under the boat. As we close in on 8:15, the travel lift is still quiet and no one from the marina can be found.
We're headed back to Missouri to get one about the same size. go to Virginia.
Oh, wow.
Yes, what's the largest?
We did a 63, and this one is 16.3 tall, and that one was 17.1.
Okay.
It took us. We only went 500 miles with it, but it took a week to go 500 miles.
Wow. Yeah. Going around all the underpasses.
Well, it was on the East Coast.
Oh.
And out of Annapolis, Maryland, and we're just trying to get it somewhere to the Great Lakes. So we went to Erie, Pennsylvania, but they like the first night we went 70 miles in 10 hours.
Yeah.
We had 2 bucket trucks with us.
Yeah.
They routed us. The coolest part was they routed us right through Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. We went right through the battlefield.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
At 8:30, the mystery of the missing marina workers has been solved, and the reason for their disappearance is unfathomable.
Boat is at 23 tons. That boat's 46,200 and some odd pounds dry.
Yeah.
And that equates to 23 tons and a nickel, And they're saying absolutely no, flat out, no negotiation.
I just want you to be aware. We're gonna try. We're gonna do it. If we can do it, we're gonna do it. Yeah. No doubt about it.
So did you talk to the crane company?
I just called them and left a message for the main, Kelly Conway, the owner of the business.
Okay.
And I left a message. I just got his voicemail. They're over the hill. I don't know where they got.
Wow.
Tahoe Keys Marina is the only marina on all of Lake Tahoe with a travel lift. Refusing to unload the boat without any warning, Tony, understandably, is about to lose his cool. That is the most unprofessional thing Ian has ever seen in his entire career.
I tried to explain to them. I got you guys here all the way across the country. There's a huge amount of money that's been incurred to do this, and I can't. They're been fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if they can just lift it so they can get the trailer out of here. Lift it in place and block it. Just go straight up.
If we do that, though, there won't be a crane to reach the water, right?
Yeah, what we would have to do if that was the case, if we could talk him to do it, we'd have to move it. And I don't know, Ian, if you can get that back there.
I can get anywhere.
Well, come and look. Let me see.
Is that where they crane them?
Well, they've moved this fucking crap. They really these didn't have assholes. This company, some major corporation and stuff.
The complexion of the entire day just changed.
Yeah, but you don't say that when the boat is here. You say it before it leaves.
Exactly.
Why didn't they ask for a fucking
Well,
drawing
I
2
think
weeks
we
ago?
gotta talk to their boss.
Well, she's talking to our safety compliance person.
Yeah, I think
He's
we
not
need to
in charge,
talk.
though.
I'm gonna go talk to her.
Ron heads to the main office to talk to the top person and get to the bottom of this.
Why didn't they ask for a drawing 2 weeks ago or anything? Or
I confirmed this with her 2 weeks ago that they can do this based
Yeah.
on the weight, the size, the length, the et cetera, et cetera.
Unreal.
At that point, I went forward because I'm not going to throw that kind of money
Right.
if I couldn't get into the fucking water.
Right.
I'm going to leave it on the fucking hard here.
Yep.
Right. We got you guys here ready to go. You got other business happening. Not finish your family. That's none of their fucking business.
Right.
But this is where the train would happen. This is where the boat would have to go.
hey, here's a free time. Will this make up the difference? We'll just park under that.
This would be the place to do it.
Yeah. Honestly, they could. They can twist the boat, go out stern first, twist it back, drop it.
Yeah. He needs to get to the crane company.
Both Jefferson Beach and Team Hurricane have places to be. Ian has customers scheduled for the Big E all the way into August. He and his guys can't afford to be stuck in California over the holiday. But what are the chances of securing a large crane at the last minute on the Friday before the 4th of July? Dominoes are starting to wobble, and this is getting serious.
And I had the same issue when we did it over there, but they were able to do it. We moved those slips.
Right.
That is the last row. We moved all those slips, and I parked the boat against the bulkhead there, and they had there was a little bit of shit they couldn't put like dirt or something, they couldn't put the supports or whatever they call it, and they had to go, I don't know, maybe like from there to here.
Sure.
But this has been going from there to there. I don't know if that crane can do that.
No. But there's a window if they put the boat, so even though they can't get the crane.
I don't know if they could. What they did do is they pulled that. Safari Rose must have been pulled out by crane.
Tony is visibly upset, but all discussions of unloading space is moot if he can't get a crane here today.
Boy, I had a feeling. Just looking at that travel lift last night, I just had a feeling. I didn't say anything, but I had a feeling. That's the fireworks barge.
Yeah.
We're gonna see the fireworks at Lake Tahoe. You know, it doesn't get much shittier than the morning, that's the day after the boat arrives, to suddenly tell everyone, oh, our travel lifts, we're not going to lift you. The time to do that is before the guy buys the boat, before we load the boat and start, you know. So to come all the way across the country, get here safely, and then say, oh, by the way, we're not going to unload the boat. That's pretty shitty. But they're the only game in town, so that can do this. So they can probably say whatever they want. But California, gotta love it.
Look at how high the dock is. Step right out.
That's the way they got this thing with this fucking fireworks board. They're saying they're supposed to move that today, but who fucking knows?
Yeah, it's got the fireworks on it.
Yeah, it's the fireworks. They're just for support. They got this fucking bullshit.
Well, what do you want to go visit the crane company and start with that?
Probably a good call. I mean, I just got a phone call to them.
Tony calls the crane company office again and explains his predicament.
Hi, good morning. Kelly available? Pardon me? Yes, my name's Tony Gooding. You guys lifted a large motor yacht for me several years back. I was told initially by the marina here 2 weeks ago that they had the capacity with the
angle and bring your trailer here.
the weight of that.
But it is wide open down there next to that big boat because that got craned. Here's the question right here.
I bet you they can't do it today. No, the last minute. No way. I'm gonna go look at that barge now.
Yeah, go look at that.
We might not be unloading till Monday.
Tramp steamer. That's what I was trying to say. It looks like a tramp steamer.
Shay, get the fuck away from me.
She's going to call the general manager. He's going to call me back. The thing is, it can't go there because the crane's got to go on the asphalt.
But let them make that call. They might be able to set the crane up behind us. You know, so back the trailer up and pick it up and just, you know, we don't know.
Right.
I know a little bit about cranes, but not a lot.
But it's got to be put in a place that the crane can
pick
put
it
it back in.
I know.
Right now there's a fucking fireworks barge.
Yeah, well, I know that.
And the feasibility of it going to there is impossible, and they can't move that.
Well, and Court and I were looking at maybe we can sneak in right here into their. Use the lift well, you know. It's not ideal. That's all wide open down there, but
I don't know that they can do that. I don't know how they can do that. The question is, where it goes, it then has to be in a position or place.
Well, that's what I was. Again, I'm not a crane.
That it could go into the water.
But if the crane was in this general area, you know, we could be here.
They moved it so that the bulkhead is parallel to that boat. And they were able to get the crane in the area between the bulkhead and the dirt.
Right.
And then they were able to get it to move it over there. So
well,
theoretically, then, they could put the...
We're not married to this marina anymore if they're not going to help us.
There's no other place in town to do it.
No, but I mean, is there another? There's no other marina that has access?
No.
I mean, just an open space.
No.
Okay.
No, and it can't be. There's no facility to get the boat in. The Tahoe City Marina is too small. They can't handle.
Okay.
They can't handle a boat like this.
Okay.
There's no way to get it off the boat, off the trailer, into the crane or into the travel.
Well, I know there's no other travel lift, but what I'm saying is, now we're not married to the travel lift. So is there an open space?
But it's got to be a space that can be then put into the water.
Yeah.
And there isn't.
Okay. That's my question.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay. All speculations aside, everything's in limbo until Tony gets an answer from the local crane company.
Take the boat off the trailer because they're saying it's too heavy. So the owner's got to call a crane company. So hopefully the crane company will come today. So our boat trip might get fucked up today. Is that the owner in the yellow shirt? Yes.
Right here. Here we go.
What does it say?
Light load displacement, 44,900 pounds. Half load, 47,000.
Well, the boat's got no fuel in it. It's got 10% fuel.
So it'd be, yeah, less than light. So we're less than 44,000, which is what, 22 tons?
Right.
Here, you want to see it?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm okay. We're gonna try. But I'm saying if worst comes to worst, I mean, then we'll have to get the crane. I'm gonna show you guys where the crane's gonna set up.
Doing it.
Crane is coming today?
If a crane, I don't know.
This has been nothing but trouble this whole trip, so why should it stop now? What is the crane right there?
Sheepishly showing her face for the first time today, the marina manager has no interest in seeing the specs of the boat. Her conversation from yesterday afternoon long forgotten. She shows the team where the crane will unload the boat. That is, if a crane comes today.
No. The crane sets up here. It booms out. You pick up your boat from here, launch it right into the water there.
Easy for her to say. She's not paying for the crane.
So you're saying these are obviously out of the way, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
And that's out of the way.
Yeah.
They can put the crane here.
Yep.
And then set the boat there.
We set the boat right here. They lift it up, and if we need to put poppets, then we have them drop it down, we pop it, leave it. You guys do what you guys need to do with the shafts and the props or whatever you guys are doing. Then they come back out here, lift it up, boom.
So they swung the crane was here, and they swung it over here.
Yes.
The crane wasn't in the middle, they didn't go over it.
The crane did not go right here in the center, no. The crane always sits away from the boat. So.
So theoretically, with these out of the way and that out of the way,
Yep.
the crane could go here and it could go to here and set down temporarily, block temporarily, put the props on, and
Yep.
then bang in.
Yep.
In having the manufacturer information out of the book is not adequate for you to be comfortable with the weight.
I've already said no about our travel lift. I mean, that's just is what it is.
I know, but it is less than
But
what
you
you
told
thought.
me we could do it.
Okay, so look, when you say a dry shell boat, right? That's a dry boat. Nothing's in it. No seats. No tables.
That's incorrect.
Sorry.
You are incorrect. These are the pros. They've
Yeah.
been selling these boats
Okay.
for
Yeah,
20
so
years.
Okay.
dry displacement means no fuel in it, no water in it, no holding tank. The boat, I can show you all of this.
Okay.
The fuel is at, I think, 10%. There's no water in the boat, and
Okay.
the holding tank is empty.
And that's regardless of
So we
the
got 2
situation.
extra tons. The,
Okay.
the boat is 2
Regardless,
tons less than
regardless of the situation, we're getting a crane out.
Finally, shortly after 10 a.m., the general manager of the crane company calls
Hello,
Tony
Chad.
back.
One moment.
Fingers crossed.
My associate in here, us talking. Hang on. Hi, Chad. Thanks for calling back. I'm in a bit of a bind. You guys lifted a Sunseeker for me, actually for the gentleman I sold the boat to several years ago here at the Talkees Marina. I sold that boat 4 or 5 years back. I purchased a new one. Before I purchased and went forward with the sale, I was told by the marina manager that they could do it, that the boat, the travel lift has now been derated to 24 tons. The boat is 22 tons, but now for some reason their safety compliance people are throwing a curveball. I went forward with the sale of the boat, a shitload of money, $1.7 million for the damn thing, and I've got the it was transported from Lake Michigan. I got the tractor trailer driver and his crew and the pilot vehicles, etc. here. I've also got the gentleman that's the vice president of the company that I purchased the boat with, and 2 of his top guy mechanics that they flew out here to Lake Tahoe to put the props and shaft back on it. We had to remove the props and shaft, load it onto the tractor trailer for transport. And so I've got a team of about 7 guys here that are ready to put the props on today and put it in the water this afternoon. And I'm told now, after being told 2 weeks ago by the manager that I could do this, you see me, I can't now. And they're flat out saying no. What is the chance of, I know you just recently lifted Safari Rose, and I'm at the marina with the manager and this gentleman from Sunseekers, Jefferson Beach Yacht Sales with me. And the Dixie, the big barge that they use the fireworks, I guess is being moved today. So there's a spot that we could put the...
We need to go down on the hard for half a day or whatever to get the boat reassembled, but I think the most important part is getting it off the truck right now so that they can head back east, and then you know, let us see what we can do. We're a day behind now because of these delays, but
yeah, I get it. Okay, so you're speaking in tons, and my office girl said 23,000. So this boat is 22 ton.
Correct.
Yeah.
4,000 pounds.
46,000 and change pounds, dry, and it's dry as we speak.
Okay. How long, how wide?
55,
so it's 55 and I think it's
14 and change wide.
Yeah, call it 15 wide.
Okay. So it's not a massive
It's
boat.
much.
No, it's not a massive boat. I mean, we have all the straps under the boat on the trailer right now because we wanted to be prepared for them this morning. So.
And you're with the keys where we could back up just to the lake side of the, let me think about this. Yeah, the lake side of the Rose.
Yep.
Lift you up, set you down on the hard, and then go ahead and get out of there and come back and put you in the water when you're ready.
Well, it could be done. We could do it. It could take half a day to 3/4 of a day to do it. So
yeah. I mean, the most important part right now is getting the boat off the trailer, set on blocks, and let us do our thing. And we'll help you. You know, we've got guys here. We've got 2 crane operators that are on our team that are here. So we're, you know, we're.
Do you have a crane available, Chad?
I can make one available. It's not going to be till this afternoon, but I can get out there and get it lifted. So
If you could do that for me, I'd be ecstatic.
Yeah, we'll take care of you. And I feel really bad about whatever miscommunication or whatever between the boat lift and all that. So we'll get you taken care of and get you out on the hard, get that truck out of there, because I'm sure that's costing some money.
Yep.
And as long as we can get it in the spot, like
there's room next to the Safari Rose to put it. So you could do the similar lift where you set the crane up for the Safari Rose.
For the Serenity, they just did.
And Serenity also.
Yeah.
That you did recently, the other boat you did recently.
Yeah.
And there is space once they move, which I'm told is going to happen today. The big old Dixie, the firework barge, is moving today. So there's a spot after to put it back in after we get it on the hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me get you a time on what time I can be over there. I got to call a couple of my guys, and the crane that was needed for that lift is currently working. But let me see when he can get done and get over there.
Is that weight and that length? I know you did it with one crane on my 72-foot boat that was much heavier and wider.
Yeah.
So that could be done with that. Did you do Safari Rose with one crane or 2?
No, that took 2. That takes 200-something thousand pounds though.
Yeah. But so for a 55 length and 15 wide and 22 tons you can do with one crane?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
All right.
Well, thank you, Chad. You're making me stop shaking a little bit here.
Yeah. We'll get to take care.
You haven't got his bill yet.
Thank you. Thank you, Chad. Give me a call back. I appreciate this so much. Thank you so much.
All right. See you later. Bye.
So what's he?
He said he could get a crane here this afternoon.
The good news, there is a crane available, and it will be here this afternoon to unload the boat.
There's not enough fucking tequila in Mexico.
The bad news, it appears that Team Hurricane's day of relaxation on the lake just went by the wayside.
Right here? Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
but everything else, can you move that?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Let me get...
I mean, you don't have to do it right now.
No, I'd rather just do it right now.
Let's do it and get the,
That's fine.
but we might want to wait to.
I'm not gonna move till he comes.
Till the train's set up.
Yeah, well, till he tells me, gives me a target.
Right.
And then we'll move.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. If we could get that stuff ready.
Yeah.
We would plan. We actually are really good at planning, as you can see.
Yes.
So we just need people to do what they say they're going to do.
Yeah, and they said they were going to do it. Now they said they can't get all the crew here.
Right.
And that's bullshit.
Yeah, it's completely.
So we got to move the boat back over here?
We got to move the boat back over here. Then they're going to move all these trucks out of the way, because that's where the crane will go. I think Ian will go, just next to Safari Rose, and then they'll probably just go straight up court block, and then we do our thing and then swing it over.
Yeah, the only issue I see is I probably want my rear end to the crane, and I don't know if I can get turned around in here with all these racks and everything.
Rear end to me, to the crane.
Like they would, I think they would prefer me to nose in to that shrink wrap boat, and I don't think I can get turned around in here.
Oh.
Well,
so maybe they'll set the crane at the other end.
That's where the boat's got to go. This is where those.
Well, let's see. Can you turn around in this area, Ian? You could probably move all this shit.
Well, yeah, she's gonna move that. I don't know, Ron. This looks like a big area until that truck fills it. And
yeah.
I mean, there's a chance. So let's wait till the foreman or whoever comes and tells us this is where I'm going to put my crane. This is where I need you, and then we'll work and we'll go forward from there. Hey, Tony. We tried to extend our stay at the hotel, and they don't have room, so we found another one. Okay. Or we can go get some tents. Which side of the yard at your house do you want us to put them up? No, I'm just kidding.
What I was going to say is tents my ass. Stay at my fucking house.
No.
If I had another guest room, you'd be all there.
It's okay.
Tents you probably.
But anyway, we're going to go gather our stuff. And but I'm only a phone call away, and we're only 5 minutes away.
Right.
So if they do send a foreman here before,
I'm waiting to hear back from them. As soon as I heard back from them on their time for it, I'll get touch base with you.
Okay. Perfect. So, but we're gonna go get checked out.
Sure.
And
go
get a
to
little breakfast for these guys, and then we'll be right
My
back.
apologies for this fucking bullshit.
You don't have to apologize to me.
I'm gonna file a fucking lawsuit with these fucking when I'm done with this.
You don't have to. You don't have to do anything.
Sorry for my language.
Oh.
No.
She said worse.
We actually have it on film yesterday of her saying that she could lift it. So. All right, we'll be back.
Okay.
If you need us, so
I got
call.
your number.
Yep.
The boys head out to try and find a place to stay the night. With the delays incurred during transport and the 4th of July weekend here, it seems there's no room at the inn, well, the Hampton Inn, for Ian and his team. Taking advantage of the delay, another pressing issue will be resolved. Laundry. Fingers crossed that a crane shows up.